Now the first action item, raise your right hand and put it up against your partner's hand. And then on the count of 3, the person that's number 1 is gonna push. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's all you got.
Now what's interesting about that exercise is there was some commentary that I picked up. One person did not push back, took their hand completely out of the way. The other person almost fell down. Byron had asked, are we supposed to push back? Now the point of this story, again, is what happens when we push others. And the majority of us pushed back. Now just think about that and apply that to your presentations, your public speaking. And even go a bit deeper. Think about the times you've been in an audience where you have pushed back against the presenter on their message. Now think of why that happened. Did they engage you right away? Did they present their information in terms that mattered to you? Now I'll be the first to admit, I didn't become a master overnight. This is an issue that I had to deal with. I always came to the presentations thinking I was the expert and I knew everything. And I would get up in front of the room and I would tell each and every person, I know what you're doing wrong, just listen to me. How do you think that went over? Because you have the power to be inspirational. You have the power to be a better communicator and a better conversationalist. It starts with change and change management. We need to implement effective monitoring, detective, internal controls that company employees will understand how to implement and effectively perform the duties of those controls. Adding value. I knew this person could use the information I could develop. A lot of us in the financial management, financial accounting aspect, budgets, again, budget information is gold. This is where you can, on a regular basis, maybe quarterly, I'm not sure how many of your companies do continuous budgeting. I recently was involved in an 18-month rolling forecast, and when I was asked to start from a zero-based budget for a multi-million-dollar budget process, I was a bit shocked. But then I was able to develop some of the budget and understand the department cost a bit more in greater detail than what a normal accountant or financial analyst would know. So that's where, again, going to these meetings, these introductory meetings, again, with something in your back pocket where, oh, by the way, I know you do this, this, and this in your role. I can see how maybe there's some overlap of what I do that I can help you. Thank you for that warm introduction. Welcome, everyone. You are in the right place if you're ready for an exciting, thrilling, captivating experience to help you lead your Toastmasters team to the highest level you've even never thought possible. Trust. But when you think about it, and I want to go a bit deeper, just not applicable to Toastmasters, but in any relationship that you have. Take a moment, think of your family relationships, your relationships at work, and of course at Toastmasters. Which ones do you value the most and that are the strongest? What ones are weak and are dying and haven't been nurtured? Most likely, if you're thinking about it, what's the key difference between the two? There potentially, along the way, could have been a violation of trust. Has anyone ever violated your trust? How did that make you feel? I have a good friend. He's a little older than myself. He's on morning TV as well. He's a little taller, a little less hair, but my good buddy, Dr. Phil, he gave me some good advice once. He took me aside. Jerry, now I'm going to tell you something very important. You're going to let people treat you the way you want to be treated. It didn't set in until I was in a situation where there was trust that was violated in a relationship I was in. And my learning from what Dr. Phil had given me, that message and how I implemented it, is where when you have that violation of trust, it damages our relationship. Like to be in power. Like to be on stage, center stage, like the big lights, the bright stars. Just wanted to dominate a meeting and take up all the time. I had a mentor once that brought me aside and said, Jerry, as a leader, you need to promote those that have come after you. Put them in front of you. Put them first. In business, in life, it's all about results. Faster, better, cheaper. Specific to Toastmasters, what does results mean? But thanks again.
Wow, I have to tell you, this was an incredible presentation.